Hello everybody, I'm still the Makar locomotive, and thank you for watching this. I'm going to lead with a Metagross, he's going to lead with a Bonnet. And right off the bat, thanks to Donkey, because in the first one I forgot to record, so we restarted about a few moves in. And I get a crit, which is funny because in the first one I got a Meteor Mash. So he taunts that I can't get up rocks. I would have rocked right there if I could. And then he switches out Charizard for the predicted Steel move, and he's gonna Fire Blast. I predict that. I thought about going to Cress, but I just don't have anything to do. I took off Toxic in favor of Psychic. I'll explain on that in a moment. In the original, I said I got an attack raise on Meteor Mash, so he was at just over half, and he predicted a Thunderbolt anyway, so that's why he roosted. Which is great for me. I got a Charizard paralyzed. He might have a Heal Beller, but for the moment, that thing is severely crippled. Why would you bring in a Porygon 2 to a Porygon 2? I think right away, Toxic. I did think about Trick Room in the back of my head, but there wouldn't be anything for me to do except waste a turn with Tri-Attack. So I went to Metagross to take a Toxic. I got some free rocks, and that's great. So now I go to Cress. And not really sure why, actually. Oh, I predict a switch right here. I do know that. Because if he wants to, I can Psychic him down. So, oh no, I don't know what I'm doing. I just Psychic. And I see a Azumarill right away. I'm deathly afraid of Sub Punch because Waterfalls are going to hurt. But I see no leftovers, so I'm not afraid to stay in and Psycho Shift. Ugh. And luckily it doesn't miss. If it missed, I would have gotten 2-hit KO'd and had to switch, but it does hit, so I'm fine. Now, I could have Toxic'd, because... Oh, earlier I went to Crest because Trick Room was up, and I didn't want Charizard to wreck my team. I had nobody else who I didn't think would get 2-hit KO'd. Anyway, I should have Psychic'd right there, because Trick Room was done, so he wouldn't have been able to go first twice, and he wouldn't have KO'd me from the health I was at. So that was a bad play not Psychicking, but whatever. Porygon 2 is not going to have any problem with Gengar. I don't want to let him get a sub. That's what I'm worried about. So I did stay in for a Thunderbolt. And Porygon 2 comes out. I'm thinking maybe he doesn't have Recover and I can 2-hit KO, but it's kind of iffy. It's really risky. I don't want to really do that. So I do stay in. I'm sorry, I really thought I had this memorized. Anyway, he brings in Rhyperior. That's a huge problem. I have to hope he Earthquakes, because I'm switching to Crest, and I really don't want to start taking Stone Edges on a switch. Because I'm gonna need Sleep Talk to do me some good. He Stealth Rocks, which I don't agree with, but he didn't really realize I had Sleep Talk and Psycho Shift, so it's not really his fault, I guess. Mega Horn misses. I have to say I don't think it would kill. It would do a bit less than half of Stone Edge because it's not stab. So I really have to say I don't think it would kill, but I'm not positive. I would have been low, and you know what? Take away, if I didn't get Psycho Shift, and if that Mega Horn hit, I would be in a world of hurt because I had nothing else to take Rhyperior hits. I switched to Metagross, fully intending to just take a hit, take a Mega Horn or a Stone Edge, get a Meteor Mash, and sacrifice it. That's all I was trying to do, and it turns out that works very well for me. He gets another turn of sleep. He's going to switch out, so I get a free Meteor Mash, and he switches into Charizard, which is going to get 2-hit KO'd by Meteor Mash and Bullet Punch because of the heavy Stealth Rock damage. So Bullet Punch takes out Charizard. Metagross is looking fine because he doesn't really have anything faster besides Gengar, and Gengar doesn't want to take Meteor Mashes or Bullet Punches. Brings in Porygon 2. I Meteor Mash that, and it dies. Now he brings in Rhyperior again, knowing he can probably live a Meteor Mash, and it misses first. I don't really care about that. He missed. I'd rather have the Mega Horn miss. And it doesn't kill with Mash. He's still asleep. That's like 4 turns. And I figured Bullet Punch will kill. I really don't want to risk another miss. And he wakes up and Earthquakes. Really not good for me. Crit, that's useless. That's gonna kill just about anything. It's super effective. I know a Heat Wave will kill because in my last battle, Heat Wave killed Swampert at that health. So I do. Crit, useless. And luckily, Heat Wave hit. And that's the exact reason I brought out Zapdos now. Instead of having to switch into attack, I can safely get not 2-hit KO'd by Gengar. Yes, that's a calculated thing. I built the EV spread to not get 2-hit KO'd by Gengar, even at like 80% health. Paralyzed Hacks looks bad. I really have to say I don't think it mattered much. At this point, I'm pretty sure it was just about over. I had 2 guys left unseen in Fernape and Scarf Nidoking. So the Paralyzed Hack saves me some health, but I wouldn't have died to it. So I really can't say I think it matters. And he brings in his last guy, Banette, with 1 HP, so it's going to be the match. It felt really close. If you turn around some of the stuff I got with that crest, like Mega Horn hits, I don't get Psycho Shift with the Sleep Talk, and it's a problem for me. So I got some luck, but it was a really fun match. I hope to play you again sometime. See you guys.